Hi, boys and girls. So I know my internet was not the greatest during our Zoom meeting. So I wanted to make a math video so that in case you missed part of math today, you understand what to do. So today's lesson is 8-7, dividing with 0 and 1. Go ahead and click Add Response. And we'll start with the Daily Common Core review. I know sometimes these word problems can be kind of tricky, so I want to read them to you. Number 1 says, which has the same value as 3 times 5 times 2? Remember, when we multiply with three numbers, we can multiply them in any order and still get the same answer. So think about which one of these choices would have the same answer. Number 2 says, Lionel bought 18 oranges. He put the oranges in 3 bags. He put the same number of oranges in each bag. Which number sentence shows how many oranges that Lionel put in each bag? So how many oranges ended up in each of these bags? Go ahead and look at your choices and think about which one matches the problem. Number 3, how much money would you have in all if you had a $5 bill, that's one $5 bill, 2 $1 bills, 3 quarters, and 2 dimes? So think about how much those amounts or those dollars and coins are worth separately and then add them together. Number 4, and remember, you can pause me anytime you want if you want to pause between the problems. Which number does not round to 40 when it's rounded to the nearest 10? All of these will round to 40 except for 1. Number 5, write the next 3 numbers in the pattern below. It goes from 36 to 40 to 44 to what number? I see that it's going up, but I need to figure out how much it's going up by each time. Number 6, Carlos is reading a 64-page book. He plans to read the same number of pages each day for 8 days. How many pages will he read each day? So if he has 64 all together and he wants to divide them equally so he reads the same number for 8 days, how many pages will he need to read each day? Number 7, Gina used 126 beads to make a necklace and 41 beads to make a bracelet. About how many beads did Gina use in all? Remember, when we say about, it's estimating. We don't want an exact number. We want a pretty close number, an easy number that ends in a 0. Now let's move to our reteach on page 2. We have to look at these rules for dividing by 0 and 1. If I divide a number by 1, like 7 divided by 1, it will always be the same number. The quotient or the answer is that number. Because if I have 7 candy bars and I'm putting them in one bag, there'll still be 7 candy bars in that bag. When I divide a number by itself, the answer will be 1. So if I have 8 divided by 8, I have 8 candy bars to share equally with 8 friends. Each of those friends is going to get 1 candy bar. I have just enough to share with everybody. The next part, when 0 is divided by a number, the quotient is 0. So this is saying that I have 0 candy bars that I'm going to put into 5 bags. Well, if I don't have any candy bars to start with, then there won't be any candy bars to put in the bags. So at the end, each bag will still have 0 candy bars. And then we cannot divide a number by 0. So this one is kind of tricky. If I have 0 candy bars, I could put 0 candy bars into 9 bags, couldn't I? But what if I have 9 candy bars? I can't put those into 0 bags, could I? Because then I'm stuck holding all these candy bars. It doesn't make sense. So if I have 9 candy bars to put into 0 bags, it cannot be done. It cannot be done because I don't have anywhere to put those candy bars. So when we look at our reteach, we're going to find each quotient. Remember, the quotient is just the answer to a division problem. So when I look at number 1, I have 25 candy bars that I'm going to put equally into one bag. That bag is going to have how many candy bars? It'll still have 25 candy bars. If I have 9 candy bars that I put equally into 9 bags, each of those bags will have 1 candy bar each. If I have 0 candy bars to put equally into 8 bags, I have 8 bags, but they'll each have only 0 candy bars because I didn't have any to begin with, did I? And that's what we did for the reteach. We answered these problems by thinking, if I have this many objects to put in this many groups, how many would be in each group? When we get to 11 and 12 with the comparisons, it's easier to look at one side and then look at the other side and then compare. So let's look first at 15 divided by 1. I have 15 candy bars to put in one bag. That bag is going to have 15 candy bars. On this side, I have 15 candy bars to put in 15 bags. Each of those bags will have 1 candy bar. So if I have 15 compared to 1, I know that 15 is more. Same over here. 0 divided by 12. I have 0 candy bars to put in 12 bags. Each of those bags will have 0 bars. I have 12 candy bars to put in 12 bags. Each of those bags will have 1 candy bar. 0 and 1, I know that 1 is greater. Now let's go to our practice. And I know I'm going through this kind of quick. Feel free to pause, rewind, go back, whatever you need to help with this lesson. On 1 through 18, this whole top part, you are just finding the quotient, the answer to a division problem. So you're going to use those rules that we just talked about on page 2, which you can always go back and look at if you need to figure out these answers. But be careful, they're not all divided by 0 and 1. There are some here that have review questions on division. And if you need to use a multiplication chart, make sure that you have one handy. On 19, 20, and 21, we are comparing again. So I'm going to look at one side of the equation, find the answer, look at the other side of the equation, find that answer, and then compare the two answers to each other. On number 22, it says that tickets for rides cost $1 each at the fair. Bob has $6 to buy tickets. How many tickets can Bob buy? If each of these tickets costs $1 and he has $6, how many tickets can he buy? Nikki is the goalie on our soccer team. She has allowed 0 goals in 8 games. That means that she has had no soccer balls go past her in the goal. That's really good. How many goals has she allowed in each game? Well, if she allowed 0 overall in 8 games, how many did she allow in each game? We're going to cross out 24. This question is not one that really matches our lesson, so we're going to cross it out. And number 25, which has the greatest quotient? So you're going to look at all of these choices. You're going to find the answer to 6 divided by 6, 5 divided by 1, 0 divided by 3, and 8 divided by 8. And then you're going to circle which one is the greatest answer. I hope this video helps you a little bit with this lesson. If you need to rewatch it, pause it, or go back or anything, go ahead and feel free to do so. If you're still not quite sure what to do, please make sure to reach out to your teacher on Seesaw so that we can help you some more. I'll see you next time, third graders.